Okay, so let me just ask you this. Now, in the school settings, if you have an opportunity to change a particular thing, what would that be?
I think I would change the lunch rule.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this amazing episode of First Class Exclusive Interaction with Young Minds. I remain your host, Azoba Albert Oluwafemi. And as you all know, this podcast is basically having insightful conversation with bright youngsters. And in today's episode, we have a brilliant and a smart girl in our midst, and she will be talking to us about schooling and life beyond the classroom. So, right now, our guest for today will introduce herself to us.
My name is Adedere Aderamala Elizabeth, and I am 10 years old.
Awesome. Um, Romola, can you please quickly tell us a few things about yourself? What are the things you like doing on your own time? What are the things we need to know about you? Maybe a few.
Sometimes I like studying, playing with others, reading, and even playing little games by myself.
Awesome. All right. So we're going to move in straight to our conversation today. So, as a schoolgirl, can you please run through the reasons for being in school? What are the reasons why you're in school?
I'm in school to learn new things, to make lifelong friends, and to build a solid educational background.
Awesome. That's very, very interesting. So, you've been able to tell us the reason why you are in school, and that will take us to about your future ambition. Now, you're in school, and I believe you have a future career you intend to pursue in the nearest
Yes.
future. So, can you quickly run through what exactly that is? What do you want to become in the nearest future?
In the future, I want to become a neurosurgeon.
Good. And can you tell us what are the duties or what do you think they can do in the society to make it better for people?
These days, people are born with brain injuries, back, spine injuries, and it enables some parts of the body to work well. So, a neurosurgeon would treat these particular parts plus the nervous system generally to cure other people so they can function, so these parts of their body can function well.
Awesome. That's a very wonderful breakdown of that career you've mentioned. So I would want us to now go a little out of this dimension into the classroom. You've said what you want to become in the near future, and I would like you to talk to me about what is that subject you're so much in love with when you want to have that lesson. What favorite subject? What's that subject?
Actually, I have two favorite subjects.
Okay.
So, my first one is science. I love science because we always mix chemicals, learn new things, and always have fun experimenting. My second favorite subject is Christian religious studies. I always enjoy the interesting stories and how my teacher always explains them to be so interesting.
Awesome. In fact, when you mentioned science to be your very first subject, I was impressed because having to talk about the career you mentioned, science is one of the most important subjects you need to keep going on that particular track. So that's great. Okay, now let's talk about the subject you find a little challenging during your school time, probably boring to you. You've mentioned a favorite, most interesting subject. So what's that subject you find a little boring when you're about to have the lesson?
I don't think I have a boring subject because I love all my subjects apart from my favorite ones because those ones are my favorites. I don't think I find any subject boring because I always pay attention and always listen attentively.
Awesome.
So I don't think I have a boring subject.
Awesome. That's a very good one. I think it's the first time I'm having someone on my platform saying he or she doesn't have a boring subject. That's a very great one. I will commend you for that. Okay, now talking about the teachers in the school, what can you say about your teachers?
I have quite a number of teachers, and I honestly do not have any problem with them. My teachers are kind, patient, and always give every student a chance to answer questions. I always make sure I'm active in class and always answer a question when I can.
All right, interesting. Okay, so let me just ask you this. Now, in the school settings, if you have an opportunity to change a particular thing, what would that be?
I think I would change the lunch rule. On
Okay.
a normal day, we have 30 minutes of break, but due to long notes and extended periods, we have lesser time for break. So I think the school should add an extra like 30 minutes to break so everyone can enjoy their meals and have their food.
Awesome. So she just said that for our schools, we need an extended time for our lunch period because she's mentioned that they have longer notes to write sometimes, and it tends to eat into the time for the break period, right? So
Yes.
more time should be awarded for lunch. All right. So at this point, there's something I want us to talk about, and that is hygiene. So, first of all, I'd like to ask you, in your own way, can you tell us what hygiene is basically all about?
Um, Hygiene is the total cleanliness of an individual.
Total cleanliness of an individual. Awesome. Now, that takes us to why do you think personal hygiene is important as a child?
Personal hygiene is important because it helps to ward away infections, bacterial viruses, and all those things that makes one sick.
Awesome. All right. So, before we move on to the next question, I would like to use this opportunity to say a big shout out to our official sponsor of this episode, Brisbane Imalo Catering Service. They specialize in both indoor and outdoor services. If you need any or if you care for any super event planner, sumptuous cake, and as well wonderful delicacy, one good thing about them is they are extremely affordable. When I say affordable, that means they are pocket friendly. So Brisbane Imalo, it's a catering service that you need to reach out to. And as well, they are circumnavigators. They can serve you in any location of your choice. So we'll put their email address, their phone numbers, and their WhatsApp numbers on the screen so that you can reach out to them for whatsoever services you intend to. So moving on to the next question. I would like to ask you, how does hygiene relate to preventing illness?
Hygiene relates to preventing illnesses because when people do not have a proper hygiene, infections start creeping in because their body is open to bacteria and viruses.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so I want to ask you now, what hygiene habits should every student practice daily?
Um, I think brushing and having their bath twice daily, washing their hands before and after eating,
Okay,
after using the toilets, wash their hands, and wash your hands before and after playing
awesome,
because you
awesome.
don't know when you might ever get dirty.
That's a great one. Okay, so now let's talk about waste disposal. Why do you think it's important?
Waste disposal is important because it keeps our environment clean. It doesn't make our environment dirty and it wards off insects like roaches, rodents, and all those animals that are unwanted in the house.
Wow, that's a very, very great one. So, talking about the roles of parents and teachers in hygiene, what can you talk to me about that?
Um, Parents should teach basic hygiene routines
Okay.
so the children do not get dirty easily. Teachers should teach the dangers of not having your personal hygiene routine.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so let's talk about this very topic that it's important at this era, and most of the time we talked about that on our platform. Now it has to do with the social media platform. Now we have several social media platforms at this present time of us. I would like to ask you, which of these will you take or choose as your favorite social media platform?
I don't really use social media,
Okay.
but my favorite social media platform is YouTube because you can watch a lot of inspirational videos and educational videos.
Awesome. Inspirational videos and educational videos. That's a very great one. Okay. We're gradually coming to an end of this conversation. So I have one last question that I do ask everybody on my platform, and that has to do with, I will need you to really pay attention to this. I'm going to give you two scores. I've given you 90% and 75%. Now, between these two scores, which one would you award to mom and which one will you award to dad? Quite all right. I know you love both of them, no doubt about that. But between these two scores, 90 and 75, which one goes to dad and which one goes to mom?
This is a very hard choice. I think I would give 90% to mom because she always handles my school emergencies and always cooks for us. My mom is the major person that is always around me. My dad obviously also loves me, but I'll give him the 75%. He works to earn money for me, obviously, and that is why I love him. And yeah,
All
those are
right.
my two reasons.
Okay. You said a very great one. Like I said earlier, that both of them are being loved, but I just needed you to just give us something around that. So we've come to an end of this episode. Do not forget, Priest Ben Imalu Catering Service got you covered if you need anything that has to do with local intercontinental dishes, sumptuous cake, and event planning, basically. So reach out to them. Like I said, the number, the mail address will be what's placed on the screen. Right now, we've come to an end of this episode, and first class exclusive interaction with Young Minds. We have something little to give to you. So, this is for you.
Thank you, sir.
You're most welcome. So before we leave, I would like to ask you, what advice would you like to give to your peers out there? What would you like to tell them out there?
I would like to tell you that you should always have a good personal hygiene routine, always handle waste disposal well, and remember to love your parents equally.
Thank you for that, Romola. So it's good having you on this platform, and we're super grateful. We've come to an end, like I said earlier. Do well to follow us on our social media platform. We're on Facebook, Instagrams, TikTok, and the likes. Have a great day. God bless you.